Now at 6, a local organization is helping communities learn more about water safety and prevent drowning. Plus, volunteers from a local church participate in Saturday Serve for area school districts. And Oklahoma schools may have to start to hang the 10 Commandments in their classrooms starting this fall. We'll have the details.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Local organizations are teaming up today to help residents better understand water safety and prevent drowning. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Amber Jenkins. This event, aimed at children aged 5 to 12 years old, featured water safety stations covering various topics such as safety around the water, swimming safety, and staying healthy on the water. Children and parents had the opportunity to learn at each station and practice their skills on the water.
Oh, Missouri's been blessed with a lot of water, streams, creeks, and rivers, and anytime we can help educate again the community and bring opportunities together to have parents and their kids learn together about something so fundamental as water safety. Water is going to be something that children are around constantly the rest of their lives, and so anything we can do to educate our kids on how to be safe around water, I think, is a huge benefit.
All children attending the event received a free life jacket. Meteorologist Chloe Aurora joins us with the first look at weather.
Well, with all of those outdoor plans, it's a beautiful day outside. We had a couple showers this morning, but they had tapered off rather quickly, leaving us with nothing but sunshine and those warm temperatures in the lower 90s. Pittsburgh, Fort Scott at 93, same for Iola, even in Missouri, Stockton at 91 degrees right now. But once again, with those outdoor plans, make sure you're taking those precautionary measures. Our UV index this afternoon and even into tomorrow will be 11. And that is extremely high. Usually it goes up to about 10. So seeing those UV indexes that high is pretty dangerous. So make sure you're taking those measures as you possibly can. Coming up in a bit, we're going to talk about these weekend showers. We could see a couple chances here and there, as well as the storm chances this week and maybe some triple-digit temperatures. I'll give you the breakdown coming up in a bit.
The annual Kids Count data book from Annie E. Casey Foundation released data that states Missouri is ranked in the bottom third of all states for children's health. The data evaluates states on 4 metrics of child well-being, including health, economic well-being, education, family, and community. Only 10 other states had the same or worse rates of child and teen deaths as Missouri. The rate of child and teen deaths was 39 per 100,000 in Missouri in 2021, up from 32 per 100,000 just 2 years earlier. More than 1,000 volunteers from James Rivers Church teamed up today to provide renovations to public schools in Springfield and in Joplin, Missouri. The volunteers in Joplin worked on major painting projects at the Jungle Field and the Joplin School District Football Stadium in Joplin. Additionally, they cleaned and sanitized every bus in the Joplin Schools fleet.
It's important to serve because we believe that Jesus came not to be served, but to serve. And so we're called to do that as well, so that as we're out in the community serving people, we're demonstrating the love of Jesus to our community.
James River Church Saturday Serve is a monthly event that aims to make a positive impact on the community. Could Oklahoma public schools be forced to hang the 10 Commandments in their classrooms? A group called the Oklahoma Advisory Committee on the Foundation Principles is sending that and 2 other recommendations to the state superintendent. Andy Weber has the details.
What we're going to continue to do is to make sure that faith isn't being persecuted in our schools.
State Superintendent Ryan Walters talking with reporters Thursday after a group of religious leaders sent 3 recommendations for the State Board of Education to consider. They include protecting moments of silence in public schools, which is already allowed, require the 10 Commandments be hung in all classrooms, and require a course on Western civilization. Walters telling reporters he supports protecting that daily moment of silence, but not taking a position on the other 2 quite yet.
We're looking at the other recommendations, and we'll be coming back soon with other actions around the other recommendations from the committee and how we can continue to support our kids.
We have much bigger things to kind of dig into when it comes to education here in Oklahoma.
State Rep Jacob Rosecrans, a Democrat from Norman, used to be a teacher and argues the department is focused on the wrong issues. He says requiring the 10 Commandments be hung is not going to help teach kids.
Well, first of all, I believe that's unconstitutional. Second of all, if you do that, I think that you would have to open it up for the tenets of any religion.
Walters not saying if any of these recommendations will be made a reality or if it would require the legislature to get involved.
That's something we're looking at all options. How can we ensure that religious liberty is protected in our school? How can we make sure that as a state we're moving the ball for our students and making sure that everybody has a great education?
The war over parental rights and their children's sexuality is focused in New Jersey. 3 lawsuits are filed by New Jersey Attorney General Matthew Platkin claims discrimination against transgender students. New policies in 3 New Jersey school districts require teachers to notify parents if their child shows signs of changing gender identities, like using different pronouns or changing their name. The new policies include exceptions if the child's health or safety is threatened. The state is seeking an injunction to block the policy as the legal challenge plays out. The average test scores for 13-year-olds are still on the decline. That's according to a new report from the National Assessment of Educational Progress. The education leaders say the coronavirus pandemic is a big reason why. Researchers assessed students from October to December of the 2023 school year. They then compared that assessment to one administered during the 2019-2020 school year. They found that last year's test scores were down 4 points in reading and 9 points in math. Coming up, multiple shootings in St. Louis is leaving parents and community members with questions about gun violence. Plus, 2 California parents are using the loss of their son to help spread awareness to the community in a special way. A recent wave of gun violence in St. Louis has left the community members feeling frustrated. Thursday, a 9-year-old boy became the 41st child to be injured or killed in a shooting since January 1st. A concerned citizen begging for action and the mayor of St. Louis are speaking out. John Kipper reports.
Man, ain't no reason why a 9-year-old shot, man. It's no reason for that.
Lisa LaGrone's frustration boiling over after learning a child was shot Thursday afternoon here in the Hamilton Heights neighborhood.
People act like we are insensitized to this stuff.
LaGrone says she's with a group called Safe Streets, Safe Neighborhoods, and she's been to 4 shootings in the last 3 days.
How many bodies I done seen? In the last 72 hours after these shootings happen, I respond to these families. That's my job, man. And I gotta hear these parents cry.
Since January 1st, 41 children have been victims of gun violence in the city of St. Louis.
We have multiple victims on the 5th floor.
10 teens were shot and 1 died after a shooting Sunday morning inside this building on 14th and Washington. Mayor Tashara Jones expressed outrage, asking parents to help keep teens safe.
I need families to hear me loud and clear. Downtown is not a 1 a.m. destination for your 15-year-old.
It's bigger than downtown. We got a citywide problem that people every day gotta listen to gunshots.
LaGrone pleading with local leaders to help shift the tide as the number of children shot in St. Louis continues to rise.
I'm begging this city, man, please, and the state legislature, y'all gotta help us, man. We can't do this. This is killing this community.
The young boy was reportedly conscious and breathing on the way to the hospital. 2 people were killed and 15 others were injured during a shooting incident at the large street party in St. Charles, Michigan. According to a news release from Michigan State Police, officers were trying to disperse a crowd multiple times in different locations prior to the shooting. Police say that at about midnight, they received numerous 911 calls about people who were shooting into the crowd. Police say no suspects are in custody and at least 5 different caliber weapons were used at the shooting. The parents of a man killed in a California mass shooting last year is turning over their grief into service. Greg Najee Grimes was killed in downtown Sacramento in early hours morning of July 4th. His parents have made progress in convincing the city to adopt safety measures through the Najee's Law initiative named after their son. If adopted, it would require downtown establishments to have exterior cameras and lighting, make mandatory metal detectors at bars and nightclubs, and hold establishments accountable when violent incidents break out. A little later, recovery efforts are underway after the Titanic submersible imploded.
We have a couple of storm chances underway throughout the rest of the week. I'll have the details coming up next. Well, it's set up to be a beautiful day today. We had a couple of showers early this morning, but this afternoon cleared up very beautifully. Here's a look at our Indigo Sky Casino and Resort just west of Seneca, Missouri. We've got hot temperatures and our feel-like temperatures even warmer at this point. We're hanging around in the triple digits, or what it feels like. Commerce feeling like 102, Veneta 107, Grove feeling like 108 degrees. Outdoors, that's thanks to our dew point temperatures hanging around in the 70s, which is making us feel really sticky outside, making those temperatures feel a lot heavier. Here's a comparison of the temperatures versus the heat index. Got those temperatures in the 90s and even upper 90s for some days. This is the next 48 hours. And then our heat index will feel like triple digits. Heading into Sunday, we'll see that dip down into Sunday morning. Our dew points will continue to rise heading into this week. Into the morning, we'll see those temperatures reach down into the 70s, so really not much of a cool down compared to what we've seen. Will warm up rapidly into the 80s by 10 a.m. So we'll have some precip chances here and there, mainly in the morning and then into the afternoon hours. This is mainly for southern counties, northeastern Oklahoma, northwestern Arkansas as well. You guys are in this zone for the chance of some precipitation. Here's a look at that. Here's this huge system up north. This is an upper level low that we're continuing to track. I mean, it really has nothing to do with our area, but the back end is clipping the viewing area, which is giving us a chance for some isolated showers and a couple of pop-up storms here and there. Nothing significant and nothing severe for us, but it's just the far back end of that large system up north. By Monday, we'll be clear. We won't see much in the way of precipitation in the afternoon hours. We'll see a little bit here and there, especially further south in our southern counties. Bentonville seeing the majority of the precipitation required for this storm. So that's really all we're going to see until Tuesday. We'll see a chance for precipitation as well. Let's take a look at that actually. 40% chance for isolated storms on Tuesday evening. This will be late Tuesday night into early Wednesday morning. Nothing seems severe right now, but it could be a relatively loud night for the most part. We'll be pretty clear heading into Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then for your weekend, next weekend, expect a couple pop-up showers here and there. Sunday will become a little bit more widespread showers. And then Monday and Tuesday, we'll see those pop-up storms once again, pretty much those summer storms where they pop up really quickly and then they dissipate really quickly. So nothing too much with that. Another thing to note, Thursday looks like we might hit those triple digit marks eventually. So, and we could also see that on Wednesday and Friday as well because it's 99 right now, but it's pretty close to those triple digits.
Yeah, those are numbers. They are getting pretty high. You can tell the 4 states are definitely in full summertime.
Yeah, very much so.
Thank you. Severe storms brought heavy wind and hail to the parts of Oklahoma last night, the National Weather Service said. Shane Lively took this video outside of Elk City on Friday morning, capturing the sound of the wind-driven rain from inside of his vehicle. A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for Elk City. Strong to severe thunderstorms were expected to continue into the night for portions of Oklahoma and North Texas, the NWS said. Researchers press ahead with recovery efforts the day after the U.S. Coast Guard announced that all 5 people aboard the Titan were killed when the submersible imploded during a voyage to see the sunken Titanic. CBS Chris Tanka has the latest from Boston.
Both Canada and the U.S. have now launched investigations into the catastrophic implosion of the Titan. Thousands of feet below sea level, remotely operated vehicles continue to probe for evidence that might reveal what caused the tragedy.
We can go back to the blueprints and reconstruct parts of the vessel and then subject those materials, for example, the carbon fiber main part of the hull, to the kind of cycles that the vessel went through.
Titanic movie director James Cameron is also an expert on deep water exploration and questions the vessel's carbon fiber design.
I was very suspect of the technology that they were using. I wouldn't have gotten in that sub.
The co-founder of OceanGate Expeditions, the company behind the 22-foot submersible, is defending CEO Stockton Rush, who was piloting the craft on its mission to explore the sunken Titanic.
He was very keenly aware of the risks of operating in a deep ocean environment, and he was very committed to safety.
Also killed, Titanic expert Paul-Henri Nargeolet. Nargeolet's stepson spoke to WCBS.
I think it means a lot that he spent his final moments, near a scene in the world that meant so much to him.
Some of the families of the 5 people killed in the implosion are calling for an investigation as they mourn their loved ones. Chris Tanaka, CBS News, Boston.
Still ahead, the College World Series finals are underway in Omaha. And the St. Louis Cardinals kick off the year's London series. We'll have the highlights next in sports.
Well, the St. Louis Cardinals get a break from the States as their team is in London this evening taking on the Chicago Cubs in Game 1 of the MLB London Series. The Cubs and the Cardinals are playing in London Stadium, the second edition of the London Series. Cubs fan Bill Murray is in attendance to start things in the second inning. No score. Ian Happ at the plate sends this pitch off of Adam Wainwright deep into center field for a solo home run for a 6th of the season. Cubs lead 1-0. Top of the third now, 2-0 Cubs. Ian Happ, wow, ball's way out of here. Cubs go up 3-0 after the solo home run. So Chicago now up 5-0. Top of the fourth inning now. Mike Tauchman is going to keep this ball fair for a ground rule double. All Cubs today in this one. Chicago beats St. Louis 9-1. Royals are in St. Petersburg this afternoon taking on the Rays in the Trop. This game just went final recently, and the Royals beat the Rays 9-4. 3 different Royals homer in this game. However, most notable starting pitcher Jordan Lyles picks up his first win of the season after starting 0-11. Freddie Freeman also went 3 for 3 in this game with 3 RBIs. Royals pick up a big win, and they'll be back at it tomorrow with a chance to win the series. Well, Sporting KC got their season off to a really tough start, but trying to make the playoffs is definitely within reach as Sporting sets up for a matchup at home tonight in Chicago. Sporting KC in Children's Mercy Park against the Chicago Fire. Both teams have struggled to begin the season. Sporting has a good opportunity to pick up some points tonight. This game is set to start 7:30 p.m. We'll have a final score update for you tonight at 10. Well, we've made it to the College World Series Finals in Omaha. Only 2 teams remain. The winner of this 3-game series will be crowned national champions. Tonight, the LSU Tigers are taking on the Florida Gators. We're just getting the party started in Omaha. At the moment, LSU leads Florida 1-0. Keep our eye on that game. We'll have a final score update for you tonight at 10. And you don't really see baseball being played in the UK very often, but we'll see if St. Louis can get things turned around and they can even up that series.
Oh, awesome. Well, we'll be right back. Fans of the Lords of the Rings series are familiar with the One Ring to rule them all, but this trading card may be just as valuable. Collectors of the card game Magic the Gathering are setting bounties worth millions of dollars on a unique card in the newest set, which includes characters and objects from the Lord of the Rings series. The collectible in question is a One Ring card that features text written in the, quote, black speech of Sauron. That's pretty cool.
It sure is. Yeah. Wow.
It's $1 million bounties for those, so that's pretty valuable.
It really is. That's
what's going on with weather?
Yeah, so tomorrow we could see a couple chances for some precipitation, very light compared to what we'll see Tuesday night, late Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. We'll see that next chance for isolated storms, but triple digits underway.
Looking good. What's going on for sports?
Well, speaking of weather, the storm this morning did push back a lot of games. A lot of 18U teams are in the area in Joplin playing this evening. The Midwest Mustangs, a lot of local talent on that. We'll have highlights from that game tonight at 10, but we'll see if we're able to finish all the games in tonight.
All right, looking forward to it. And that's our time for now. Thank you for making us a part of your night.
closed captioning.